MK Boards. We are streaming the semifinals of the winners bracket, Moonblast versus Sincerely Yours. This is actually round two, though. We didn't get to cast round one because I came from soccer practice about midway through GP1, and our stream host T was not actually ready. Unfortunately, there were things that came up, so we weren't actually ready in time. Uh, I will be solo casting though. There aren't any more casters. But I'll actually recap to you guys what happened the first match. I'll go GP by GP. So basically, what happened was first GP, Moonblast won that by 22. A lot of the races went like this. SY occupied usually one top two, bottom two, or top two, six, seven, 1, 3, 5. A lot of the top spots, MO were occupying a lot of the mid spots, but they actually pulled a lot of blues from what I heard. So MO, they weren't not saying they played badly, but I think they did get a little lucky with the blues there. But then GP2 and 3, SY took GP1 on the chin, and they just started to break away. There were a lot of tracks in which SY were top two, top three, starting to break away, especially the cannon tracks. We saw in MT, they GP2 MT, they were top three starting, and they kept their top three the whole way. And in terms of shocks, the shock count is fairly even. I believe shock count might be 5-4 in favor of MO. But I do believe Joss got one or two in ninth. The one race I know they got in ninth was in Peach Beach, where they used a late shock towards the end and dodged Paul and a star. But I did see Act in 10th there. If that shock never happened, I think SY would have gotten like top 2-4. Other than that, though, the backing battle's fairly even. But SY ended up taking that first match. They won GP2 by like 21 or so. And then GP3, they just broke away and won by another significant amount. So basically, the story of that first war was MO held their own GP1. It got slightly lucky, but they still played well. And then GP2 and 3, SY, their running prowess was just a little too much for MO, and so they started to break away. Even when MO had the shocks, SY still got decent races out of those. They still got decent races despite the shocks from MO. And when they had the shocks, they pretty much won the races handedly. Don't count MO out here though. They're kind of the Cinderella story here. Not that MO are huge underdogs, but over teams like Charge Brigade, 7-Up, Maximum Likelihood, and SY, which are probably the top 4 ranked teams in this tournament. MO probably sits around 5th, but they're doing a very good job. They beat CB a few weeks ago, and now they're playing SY in the semifinals. So let's see how they fare in match 2. So the lineup last match was Sal, Taz, Klein, Paul, and Joss as the bagger. And then for SY, we saw Jax, Mike, Murrah, Jorge, and Act bagging. But we are going to see a change here from both sides, actually. From SY, we have Crow subbing in for Jorge. And we see on MO's side, we see Wolf coming in for... Actually, I don't know who Wolf comes in for. Wolf comes in for Paul? I'm not entirely sure. Confirm that real quick, T. But yeah, I'm surprised because Jorge is actually a very good player. I believe he just started breaking out recently. He just got into the competitive scene recently, and he's actually been doing very, very well. Usually breaking 100 a lot of the wars he plays in, but unfortunately for him, he didn't really have the best match last time. Obviously, SY still won, so it didn't matter too much in the end. I do think it might be a tactical change for SY. I'm not sure if Jorge had to leave, but if I'm going to guess, I think this is just a tactical change. Just bring another face in, bring Crow in. Yeah, it's nothing against Jorge though. He's still a very good player. I just think that maybe this is yeah, like I said, a tactical change for SY. Um, let's see the starting spots in a room. We do see Mo in 134. So favorable spots in terms of running tracks like TF, BCW, maybe even MH if they're ballsy. Um, RYF, a few running tracks. I'm gonna confirm who Wolf is actually subbing for. Um, Sal Wolf Taz Klein. Yeah, he does sub in for Paul. I was right. I just second guessed myself the first time. Um, okay. 1 second. Okay, tell me if this is better. Test. Okay. Yeah, it's just initially I was laying down. Um, right now I'm wearing my music headphones, which has like a mic in the middle. But basically, I'm just holding on to the bottom so that it doesn't shake and make a noise. Because the actual mic quality is pretty good in my opinion. But I was actually laying down, so that's probably why. Now I'm just sitting with the mic right underneath my chin, holding the cable with my like pinching the cable with my fingers so it doesn't move around. Um, but pretty yeah, I actually ordered a mic on an actual mic on Amazon the other day, so I'm gonna be using that for future casts. The room is actually not starting. I think potentially somebody is stuck. Yeah, we do see a little bit of room struggles here. Apparently, according to South, Klein DC'd, but okay, there we go. All right, okay, there we go. So 1-0 SY. I do think it was a deserved win for SY. There wasn't too much luck involved. Actually, yeah. So SY deservedly won that match. If you're MO here though, just pick it up, just shake it off, and yeah, they did play decently the first half of the first war. It's just after that SY started breakaway and running. I did listen to the call for Moonblast a little bit while watching the stream, and for the most part, they worked well as a team. It's just there were a couple of mistakes that they made, and it was just a couple of errors that can get to a lot of people mentally. But I don't think Moonblast are the type of. Okay, I think we see a DC here. Wait, Sal DC'd. Oh, that's kind of unfortunate. Yeah. I think Sal has a quite a bit of stream delay. I think probably by like a minute or so, because I see him typing in the casting channel like, oh, Klein DC, so we reset room. But now I just saw the DC not too long ago, so it was a reset room. Um, yeah, it's kind of unfortunate though. Um, I do really want to see this match being played already. But yeah, it's unfortunate. It happens in Mario Kart sometimes where there's a DC, you have to reset room, um, or like the room won't start because a host problem or something. Part of Mario Kart involves the waiting game, unfortunately. Um, but let's take a look at who will get some of these top spots in room. For those of you just coming in now, yeah, I did give a recap about 5 minutes ago about what happened in the previous match. But for those of you just coming in, I'm gonna recap the match. So basically, GP1 went MO's way. They ended up winning that by 22. For the most part, that GP was pretty much SY occupying like top two, bottom two, top two, six, seven, or 1-3-5 potentially. But it was relatively mid spots for MO, but they did end up pulling a lot of blues from what I saw. So MO did luck out a little bit in terms of the blue count, but they still played okay. It's not like I'm not saying that they played poorly. But then it was GP2 and 3 where SY just started to break away. I think their running prowess was just a little too much for MO. We saw a few tracks, especially the cannon tracks, where they started to break away. We saw in Maple Treeway, SY started in top 3, and then they just broke away. What was weird about that race, though, was that Mike slowed down in 3rd, and that was a telling sign that MO had shock. But then Joss and Taz actually didn't dodge. They were in the cannon, and the shock happened right after they got out. So it was a kind of a weird shock. I believe it still was a Moonblast shock because Mike did slow down. But yeah, SY got top 3 because of that. So that, along with a couple of mistakes MO made, I think helped the fact that SY were just a little too much for MO there. But MO are still a decent side here. Don't count them out just yet. In terms of lineups, the lineup last time was Sal, Joss was bagging, Sal, Taz, Paul, Klein, and Joss bagging. And for SY, we had Mike, Murrah, Jax, Jorge, and Act bagging. And for this match, we do have subs on either end. We have Wolf coming in for Paul. I think Paul just had to leave there. And then we have Crow coming in for Jorge, which I believe is a tactical change for SY. Jorge didn't have a very good first match, which was kind of surprising because Jorge has been breaking out a lot recently, especially because he's been breaking 100 in a lot of the wars he's been playing. I just think he didn't really get up to speed this war. It just wasn't a good war for him. So Crow ended up subbing him. Looks to me like it's a tactical change for SY. But the room should be starting in just a second. We'll see. I believe, let me confirm the format. I believe it's still bagging, though. I believe it's still suicide. Just clarify it for me real quick. Yeah, it is Sui. So, I do believe this is, I'm not sure who picked the format. I believe it was SY picking this time. Or, yeah, Moonblast actually hosted, so SY ended up choosing the format. So, yeah, SY, basically, whatever's not broke, don't fix it. They ended up winning a suicide war somewhat comfortably. So, they might as well just keep going. Unfortunately, though, the room has still not started. Let's see. Okay. So in terms of room spots, we do see Emma with 1, 4, 1, 4, 6, 1, 4, 6, 8, 9. So relatively mixed spots coming in here. This would favor MO if TF were the pick, but for the most part, 1-4 not really too much of a advantage here for MO. I will give another update in about a minute whenever people come in, more people come in. For now, I think I've harped on most of the points, though. So apologies if there's going to be a little silence for the next minute or so. I think I'll go in terms of individual. I think I'll do some individual critiques here. Obviously, we're casting Moonblast Sal's point of view. For the most part, I think Sal played okay. I think his lines were in check. His item usage was decent. Unfortunately, I just don't think he had too much backup. We did see, for the most part, Sal was either running in like 3rd or 4th mid pack or holding an item in the back in 8th like a star. From what I saw, all the shocks that MO had, they dodged like one person, like Paul or something. We did see Sal hold star and a couple other dodges a few races, but none of those races he actually dodged because SY got shocks in all of those races. So unfortunate for Sal there. I think, yeah, I was going to point out Jorge. I think I mentioned Jorge a few minutes ago, but Jorge has been a breakout player as of late, but unfortunately he hasn't gotten up to speed in this particular match. No knock on Jorge, though. He's actually a very, very underrated player. Usually breaks 100 on a lot of the wars he plays. But just not having a good match here. That's probably why Crow came in for the sub. Just a tactical change coming in. So yeah, finally we got the start as well. I did refresh my stream. There's an advert real quick, so I might not be able to see the track pick. I just wanted to make sure I was refreshed. There might still be a little bit of desync with the audio, though. I think I might be like 1 or 2 seconds behind because T has God net and I have average net, so I'm gonna have to start looking into actually getting Ethernet. We do see BC3 coming in, though. I believe that was it was an SY pick. It comes in from Mike. So let's see how MO fared this time around. They did get outran quite not too much, but GP3 was the GP where SY pretty much just broke away in top spots. MO was not able to hold their own for too long, despite a 22-point victory in the first GP. We do see him blocking the cut there. MO are top 3 from the looks of it. Actually, the cut looks like it got unblocked, so there is... Not sure who the DK is, actually. Worst case, we do see 2-3 coming in here for MO, though. I will pay attention to the baggers in just a moment when they come around. One of the baggers is actually he was sitting in the ramps for some reason. Yeah, that's Act. He's winning the bagging battle here, and Joss is still going backwards. That means he does not have the shock in 9th yet. If he does, cheese one. We do see Act fall off, though, so potentially Joss could pull a shock in 9th here. Is he going to unblock the cut with these greens? No, he opts not to, so it looks like they're top 3, potentially. Moonblast. We do see SY unblocking the cut, and it looks like 2 of them take it. Maybe one of the MO players took it as well, but I don't think that's the case. I do see Murrah coming up here. Ooh, Murrah actually avoids those greens, especially a little bit with that lag shield as well. Lag shields can go a long way in this game, ladies and gentlemen. Take note. We do see Taz actually getting either random greened or a green bounce off the wall from one of the SY players. In terms of shock, it looks like Act has it. Actually, yeah, Act has it. Joss is chasing Act right now. Or no, they're actually going towards each other. Let's see if anyone unblocks Cut. Oh, Cut does get unblocked by Taz. There it is. Let's see who's top 2, though. It's hard to see from up here. Klein is in second. Shock comes in. It looks like that is an SY shock, possibly? Nope. That is a shock from Joss there. So it looks like Joss actually cheesed it in ninth there. A couple in ninth so far for Joss this war. I would like to rewind to the Peach Beach race where Act was in 10th and SY were occupying like top 3 or top 2, 4. Late Shock came in dodging Paul and a star, and they ended up getting like some like decent mid spots like 2, 3, 5. So another ninth place Shock there coming in from Moonblast that kind of saved their race a little bit. They were occupying some of the top spots in the beginning, but SY, good team play, unblocking the cut, unselfish. Unblocking the cut, they took the cut, but we do see SY getting 1, 3, 5, 6 here. That's a +9 race, I believe, from SY. So a good start for them. They ended up coming back there. BC3, top 3 doesn't really mean much in BC3 unless you triple block the cut and the other players fail ultra. But it just looked to me like it was only single blocked pretty much every race. And SY were able to come back and hold their top spots there. We do see Mo team picking Delfino square here, except for one player who's picking CM. And then RBC coming out here. I do believe, RBC is not a bad option for SY. I do think maybe the draft spots favor MO a little more, though. Because I think MO are 245 or 246. 245, I believe. MG does get picked here, possibly an Indiv pick from Taz. Nah, I don't think it's an Indiv pick. I think maybe MO were just like, yeah, you can pick MG anyway. MO actually do like MG from my experience with playing them. I think MG gets picked every time I play against MO, so they don't mind this track at all. Two, 3, 4 here coming in from Moonblast. He could possibly slow down a little bit. That's a good back spam spot though. Another good idea would be just to kind of go slightly slow in 4th and kind of just mini turbo into a player who wheelies possibly. But still a very good back spam there coming in from Sal. And then Sal obviously will be able to take the gap here. Possibly Crow has a shroom. Yes, he does. Crow's in 1st. It actually looks like Jax also takes the gap, so he does draft up as well. SY are currently 1-3, but a very lucky pull there coming in from Sal though. Triple shrooms in 4th. He could take the gap as well as the shortcut in the beginning and have a shroom to dodge the blue with. SY are actually top 3, excuse me. Don't think this will last very long unless Jax has another shroom. I believe that is the case. And that is the case. Yeah, Sal opting not to go for the shortcut. I think he would have stayed in 2nd still, so I don't know if still think he could have taken the cut, though, just to get a little closer to Jax there. Jax is starting to break away, especially with that bomb snipe coming in. Good evasion there from Sal, though. In terms of shock, I'm actually not entirely sure who has it. A shock would definitely favor SY here, though, because it looks like MO are occupying a lot of the mid spots. I think 2, 3, 5 possibly. No shock red here. Looks like SY got top 2, 4 actually, though. So, or 1, 3, 4, one top 2, 4, either one. But looks to me like a good race for SY here. shock just came in though, so either there was no shock the entire race, or Joss held it for a particular reason, even though I believe SY got a good race. Let's see. We'll have to confirm here real quick. Yeah, SY got top 2-4, so that's another very good race. They're, again, starting to break away. Even in the track picks that MO have, SY are able to counter back. And I did mention in the first match that the bagging battles were relatively even, and the shot count was too. I do think Act got slightly the better of Joss in that first match, but the shot count was even due to Joss pulling 1 or 2 in 9th. And we are pretty much seeing the same thing again here, except I'm not entirely sure who won the bagging battle in MG. I do know that Act had a comfortable lead in BC3 and unfortunately didn't get the shock. But in terms of bagging battle, the bagging battle Act is winning out a little bit more. But I do think the luck is... Joss is slightly lucky, so it balances out. So it makes for an even shot count. So basically, whoever's winning is the better team, basically. And that's what we're seeing here from SY. They are the better team so far this match, but don't count MO out, especially since it's best out of 3 and not... not an accumulation of 7 GPs. I actually don't think that's ever been enforced ever. I don't think we've ever seen that in any league. It's always been best out of 3. Yeah, we saw that with SY in the Elite League finals, where they won matches 1 and 3 by a slight amount, and WZ won the second match by a lot. But yeah, we do see a TC coming in there from Sal. Not very fortunate there. He does actually pass it to Mura with those triple greens and doesn't get greened himself. That just shows you how much of a lag shield Mura has. Very, very ballsy attempt to pass the TC back there for Mura. Just barely misses out though. And we do see him taking the rock there. Very good rock line there. In terms of top spots, we do see Moonblast in first right now. I believe Wolf is the DK. No, I'm sorry, Taz. Taz is the DK, I believe. Correct me if I'm wrong. We're going to pay attention to see who's in 2-3. We do see another very lucky triple shroom pull there from Sal. He's been getting quite the triple shrooms in 4th these past few races. We do see Jax going for rock in a TC. Both of them fail the rock there, though. Oh, and actually, yeah, he actually gets a bad respawn there. Sal, unfortunate for him. We do see Mura in 3rd. I believe MO are top 2-4. I could be wrong here, though. Still not sure who's in 2nd. I haven't seen it throughout the whole race. Let's see. Again, no commentator's curse here because another set of triple shrooms has been pulled from Sal here. A blue comes in. This might hit one of the people taking respawn. I actually don't know if it's going to hit him or Taz. The blue might have disappeared. Yeah, the blue disappeared. It didn't hit anybody there because someone did ended up taking respawn. I think the blue went for him. Shock comes in very late. We'll see who dodges up here. It was Taz who dodged up. So Taz, I apologize. He is not the DK. I have seen Taz use DK several times in the past. So, yeah, that's not him. But I do believe that's that probably might be Wolf then. Looks to me like a good race for MO here, though. Yep, MO do get 145. That is a +1 race. Yeah, it's a +1 race for MO. So not enough to come back. I figured they might have gotten 3rd there as well, but that wasn't the case. SY ended up taking the cut towards the end. Yeah, I was going to say TS. A TS on 2-3 would have been nice, but I don't think they predicted them having shrooms. Either that or they pulled a late shock. Yeah, if Mo had the shock early there, I do think it would have been good to TS 2-3 going for cut and dodge dodge what is it, Taz and a star to possibly secure top two. TF coming in here though, obviously 1-4. The obvious pick here is TF, but we do see Act picking MH, which is pretty interesting. Although MH kind of favors Mo as well, because 1-4, pretty much almost the same thing as TF. Fourth can draft first. A DC actually comes in, so we are probably going to see a reset. TF gets picked here. Not sure who DC'd, unfortunately. Yeah, actually, I started laying down. I apologize if I sounded underwater slightly, but I'm back up because, again, I'm wearing music headphones because my actual gaming headphones aren't working properly. We do see a top two coming in from Mo here to start. And Mo are pretty good at running this track as well. They are proficient at breaking away when they need to. So I think we will see that here unless SY can pull something off. Sal with triple nanas. Oof. That Fib bouncing off the wall was a good idea, but it didn't connect. TC, I don't think he's going to be able to pass this. Yep, good evasion there from Sal. Looks like Mo are going to start to... Oh, he actually passes it back to Taz. I apologize. There's the TC coming in from Taz. The last second TC pass. Oh, and that was actually not a good POW for Sal because the reason why he slowed down there, obviously he was like, why did he slow down? He could have made the ramp. But he could have gotten POW'd over the ramp, meaning he would have lost a lot of speed because the POW does make the character jump a little bit. It's especially cancerous in Sherbet Land. And we actually do see SY failing the Trimless there, so another top two here coming in for Mo. Looks to me like neither bagger have the shock still. Maybe someone got it starred out of them. That's probably why there's still no shock into play here. A blue comes in. Oh, the POW. Good work there from Sal, dodging the blue and the POW there. Good multitasking. Sometimes, especially with people like me, attention. Oh, Jax actually gets random green in first. So every time SY has come up, they have lost their spots somehow, whether it's failing Shroomless or getting random green. So very good race coming in here for Mo. Wow, I did not expect that. But I forgot what I was saying before. Oh yeah, with people with an attention span like me, possibly dodging the blue and failing the POW dodge after, because failure to multitask. Good work there from Sal. Good work there from Mo overall. They ran decently. SY just came back up with shrooms and whatnot, but they ended up losing their spots. This is the race that Mo needed, though. Definitely. Yeah, top three there. And there was no considering that they were the ones that had the DC, not SY. Very good work there from Mo. Looks to me like there might be... Actually, I think this is the end of the GP, yeah. So no reset needed. Mo still lost that GP by somewhere around single digits. I didn't get the full scores because I can't pause the stream. I can only eyeball the scores, but not a bad GP for Mo considering the first two races went SY's way very handedly. So yeah, Mo taking those first two races on the chin and coming back very strong there. And it was actually a tie GP, so I actually thought that, yeah, the reason why I said SY won that by a bit is because I completely forgot about the DC points for Mo. So yeah, the score is 118 to 118 this GP. And Yeah, I think that's a fairly deserved score because SY ended up playing well the first two races, but then Mo just came back hard. Um, they took a punch and they threw the next punch, so it was very entertaining match so far. So yeah, for those of you just coming in, um, basically the first GP was first two races SY broke away in a lot of the top spots, but then Mo just came back strong, and then the last two races, the last race, TF they Moonblast were 3v4, but they started off in top spots and they ended up keeping it. Um, and then for those of you that didn't actually get to watch the first match, basically the summary of the first match was Mo won the first GP by 22 points. They did luck out a little bit, especially with blues. But then SY took it on the chin. GP2 and 3, they just started to break away a little bit. Their running prowess was just a little too much. It was a Sui format, by the way, and this match is also Sui. But yeah, Mo coming back though from that loss a little bit, even though it is tied. Um, yeah, usually teams that aren't the strongest mentally. They usually falter after getting defeated pretty handedly, because SY got a plus 21 GP2, and then GP3 was like a little closer, like 40 or 50. So relatively comfortable for SY there, but very close here. And remember, this is the semifinals of winners bracket, so the winner of this match will end up moving on to the final. And the loser of this match, I believe, will be in the losers round quarterfinals or semifinal. Actually, hold on, let me think about this for a second. Semifinal. Losers bracket semis. So they're going to have to, whoever loses this match is going to have to win another match in order to get to losers bracket finals. And they're actually, believe it or not, even though there is a winner and losers bracket, the winners and losers bracket does not actually come together, meaning there's going to be a winner of the winners bracket and a winner of the losers bracket, and that's it. Why that is, I'm not sure. Well, there was a poll though, and the poll was like 9 votes in favor of this and 8 votes in favor of the winners and losers brackets coming together. So yeah, the majority of the people wanted it this way, but yeah, that only makes this match even more hype. There's a lot more to this there's a lot more on the line to this match. Basically, the loser of this match will not have a chance to win the entire, like, pretty much the entire tournament anymore. They're only gonna win pretty much like a Dixie Cup instead of the actual cup. But what I mean by Dixie Cup is, the Dixie Cups, the plastic cups. Yep, that's basically what they're gonna win. But we do see DKS coming in here for SY. This is an SY signature track, so expect SY to start to get up to the top spots, especially at the end of lap 1. We do see a lot of the MO players getting into the cannon in top spots so far, though. Let's see if they can hold this, especially with the bumps all around. I think we saw someone with triple reds. There is a little bit of stream lag. Yeah, that is SY with the triple reds. I'm not sure who that is. I know Iroha is Jax. I know SY. Very close there. We do see 3 of the SY players taking double there. It doesn't look like any of the Moonblast players took double there, so very good work from SY. Like I said, SY getting up there early, and we do see the triple reds coming in from Crow as well. So MO are starting to fall behind here. They're gonna need the shock, and now paying attention to the bagging battle, one of the baggers made the backward strat here, so let's pay attention to see who that was. I do think, yeah, that was Act. Act made the backward strat. Will this be a repeat of the last time DKS was played? Act made the backward strat, but then Joss pulled the shock in 9th. Are we gonna see this again? Possibly. I don't think Joss has it yet though. He's still sitting at way in the back. Yeah, we do see a red coming in. Yeah, unfortunate there for Crow, but SY are still occupying a lot of the top spots here, especially from all of them making double lap 1. Klein is their topmost spot in 3rd right now, but he does get redded, so it looks like SY are top 3 at the moment. But yeah, Taz does come in with a mega there, very clutch. Double was blocked there. I do think Sal, yeah, maybe he tried to unblock it there. Shock comes in, kind of a late shock. SY, I think, are either going to get top 2 or 1-3. Unfortunate for the other 2 SY players, they fell behind a little bit. No, actually, okay, I correct myself. SY got like 8-6-4 or 4-6-8 or something like that. I'm not sure how they fell behind. I think maybe MO took double and potentially killed them with items, possibly like with reds. I just couldn't see up there. Yeah, looks to me like a fairly mixed race. I don't know if this favors either team. Ooh, yeah, it's the top 2 coming in, but a lot of mid spots for SY. Unfortunate for SY. I'm not sure how they didn't keep their top spots, especially since shock didn't happen until the very last second. I'm a little surprised at that, actually. But yeah, good race for MO. It looks like they are up by a bit now. Yeah, they depending on what other spot, I didn't get to see the actual score, but I believe it was like a +7 or +9 for Moonblast there. Because they did get top 2, 5, I believe also 7th. So I think it might have been +9 around that, depending on what the bagger point was. Interesting to see which track they pick here though. They do go with BC Wee. I do think if you are top 2, 5, 7, I think a track like Koopa Cape, Coconut Mall, or DDR would work because they're sandwich spots basically. Top 2 can run and the bottom spots can get items in the back and catch up a little bit. We do see Coconut Mall coming in from SY. I do think maybe Coconut Mall will favor MO a little bit more here though. But your track picks don't matter all that much sometimes, but sometimes they can mean the difference between a win race or a loss race depending on how the first 5 or 10 seconds of the race goes and what items each team pulls. We do see Sal coming in with the star here. He could potentially run this up, especially with Crow getting fib there. MO occupying what looks to be 1-3-4 here. 2-3-4 now, actually. Jax ended up coming up into first there. Some relatively good lines there from Sal in terms of individual lines. Yeah, Sal with a comfortable star in 4th here. If MO can pull a shock here, it looks like they're going to have first secure no matter what. I will pay attention to the bagging battle in about 10 seconds or so, though. Ooh, Sal actually clips the wall slightly there. Let's see. SY are occupying a lot of the mid spots, and we do see, I believe that's Mike getting back green there. Ooh, unfortunate hit bump of the wall there from Sal. We do see MO bottom 2 though. Looks like MO are like 2-3 at the moment. Bill coming in from, yeah, it's a telling sign that SY could have shock here. Mega coming in from Crow. I don't think a shock will happen though because of Sal and a star. Another mega coming out. I think that's from Taz. Ooh, and that ground red was absolutely killer. Not Taz, Klein. I keep thinking that's Taz because Taz usually uses DK, but so does Klein. So, bottom 2 coming in for MO, and also I believe Act has a shot. Oh, nope, there it is. Shock coming in from MO. Nobody had shock then. It wasn't SY having shock. MO just pulled a shock at the very end, and they ended up dodging a couple of players there. So, yeah, they definitely needed that shock. Without that, SY would have gone a decent race. Yeah, it would have been like a 1-3 possibly for SY without that shock. But shock comes in clutch there. Yeah, so far this match we aren't seeing too many blowout races. We're seeing a lot of plus 5s, plus 7s, plus 9s. 2-3-4 coming in for MO, and it looks to me like that is a +3 race. So 2-3-4 will be +3 no matter what. It'll be at least +3. If you guys get 8th and 10th, that is. Yeah, MO holding their own this time around. It was kind of the case with the first match though. MO playing decently, holding their own, and then SY starting to break away. Obviously MO are gonna plan not for that to happen again. 2-3-4 though, what track would favor them? I think RBC would favor them, and yeah, they're actually picking RBC here. Even though SY are 5-6, 4th place is the best draft spot no matter what. So we could see a potential draft from 4th on 1st unless 1st swerves. But even if 1st swerves, he risks losing a few spots to the people in 2-3. BCW does get picked in the end though by Taz. So yeah, this could favor MO as well, especially if they get shock. And 4th could draft first. Obviously, drafts up here are not the best thing in the world, but it could still get you up. We do see a wheelie bump there, but actually, yeah, he does get redded in the end. But still top 2 coming in here from SY. So, red coming in. It looks like Crow didn't pull out his green in time. I think maybe he thought one of the SY players were behind him, so he didn't want to drag. But that red came out, and not good for Crow there. But SY still in 1st at the moment. That's Mura. Mura going for glitch here. It looks like Mura missed it though. Klein actually makes it though. So top 2 coming in here for MO. That was a very clutch glitch there from Klein. We do see top 3 coming out here for MO. Paying attention to the bagging battle. One of the baggers are winning, but not by much. Not entirely sure who that is. I'll pay attention to it for a slight second. We do see Act winning the bagging battle here. Let's see. Is Act gonna fall off? No, actually, yeah, Act falls off. The other bagger, which is Joss, could potentially have it in 9th. I think Act just went forward trying to get it in 10th, which was kind of surprising. Instead of continuously going backwards, I think he just wanted to get a box in 10th no matter what. Risky move there from Act in terms of the bagging battle. Blue comes in, it does hit Klein. He actually dodges though, because he had Shrooms making glitch, so still a top 3 coming in from MO. They're holding their spots well. They do have a top 3 break here, which is looking very good. I don't know if either bagger has shock. No, yeah, neither bagger has shock from the looks of it. A shockless race would definitely favor MO here. Act still winning slightly, so if they're holding dodges, they could potentially get a late shock here. But I don't think it'll be enough unless they pull it right now and use their dodges right now. Other than that, though, a blue comes in, and we do see Mura taking glitch. So, and actually, yeah, Mura's actually in 1st now because of it, because of the blue as well. Green bounces back. I don't think it hits anybody. But we are going to see Murrah getting first here. Very clutch glitch there from Murrah. And it looks to me like possibly Mike got third as well, but I'm not entirely sure. Even if this is not a winning race for SY, it's still a much better race than top 3 or top 2 because the blue came in on Klein. But very, very clutch there from Murrah. Murrah is very proficient at the glitch too, so usually you should expect Murrah to make the glitch 8 times out of 10. We will see the spots coming up here. 1-3 for SY. It looks to me like that is a +1 race for MO. So yeah, that glitch definitely softened the blow for SY. It could have been easily like a +11 race, +13 race had that not happened. So yes, very good work there from Murrah. Sorry for the voice crack there. I can't really see the overall score though. T is updating on that, I believe. But it looks to me, I believe this is still a very close war. MO are winning by a bit, probably like around the teens or maybe like around 20. Right now I'm on my phone right now watching the stream, so I don't want to switch streams over to the score. Maybe after the GP I'll get the final score of the GP. We do see Waluigi Stadium coming in from MO, and I do think this will definitely favor them. They are very proficient at running this, and Klein is also very good at bagging this. So if it comes to this track, expect MO to run this a little bit and expect Klein to get shock. Obviously anything can happen though, because this is Mario Kart Wii. 9th place shocks could happen, maybe intense item luck could happen for SY. We do see MH coming in though. This could favor SY, but MO are occupying a lot of the draft spots. I believe they picked this because Murrah is also very proficient at running MH. Even though Murrah is a Daisy main, unfortunate there from Sal, he did get bumped, so he used that shroom. But Funky Kong, being the obese person he is, not going tight enough to avoid the car. We do see Taz getting TC'd there, so not good for MO, especially in a track like this where you could easily break away and there's not much you can do to catch up besides dodging in a star or a bill, obviously. Bomb comes in, very good evasion there from Sal, but he does hit the car. I think he forgot the car pattern there. The car does go wide at 35 seconds on that turn. Another thing about MH2 is that when you fall behind, you tend to forget car patterns, because car patterns are somewhat easy to remember in top spots, but if you're falling behind, they're kind of wonky. And we are going to see Sal getting TC'd in the last here, so it looks to me like he's not going to be able to catch up here. Paying attention to the actual minimap, though, we do see Murrah still in first. We do see Klein in second. Not entirely sure who's in third. I believe that is an SY player, though, because MO are a lot of the bottom spots right now. Possibly bottom 3 or 7, 8, and 5th. Shock comes in, though. It looks like one of the MO players dodged. That definitely wasn't MO shock, because I don't think SY would want to shock there, especially occupying a lot of the top spots. So this could be good for MO depending on what items he pulled after the dodge. And we do see Sal pulling a bill, which is the luckiest pull possible in this scenario, because golden stars shrooms don't really help much, especially because of the boost panels. He probably will get like something like 6th here. Yeah, he will get 6th. Oh, he actually dodges at the very end, but it doesn't actually do anything team-wise because he did pass one of his teammates, not one of the SY players. He would have passed Mike no matter what, even if there was no shock. So pretty much it was just for the endivs there. Not for the endivs, obviously, but it only affected him individually. I'm not saying he is an endiv, but I still believe this is going to be a good race for SY. And just based on the fact that shock was used a little late there, I do believe that MO pulled it late. They didn't pull it early, because if they did, they probably would have dodged Sal much earlier. because they were falling behind quite a bit. Yeah, they did use the shock. I apologize, I forgot. There was a first shock, so uh, I believe Joss pulled one at about 30 seconds after that shock was used. But the shock actually didn't do anything for Mo. It looks to me like this is a fairly even GP. 121 to 118 for SY, it looks like, according to T. Oh, that was their shock. That was SY shock, though. It wasn't Moonblast. Oh, no. Never mind. I'm looking at the chat. This was 11 minutes ago. Yeah, that was definitely Mo shock. I don't know why SY would dodge him in a bill. But yeah, according to the scores, SY are currently up 3, so very close war throughout. The biggest lead was about like 10 or so, and that was with SY getting a couple of good races, the first GP. But then Mo ended up hitting back. They ended up leading about 15 or so, and then SY came back again. So for the most part, this match, it's basically they're trading punch for punch. Neither. Ooh, I accidentally stepped on my dog. Oh my god. I was laying on my bed and I got up and my dog was laying on the side. Luckily, I didn't step on her too hard because I kind of let up. Anyway, yeah. So basically, both teams trading punch for punch. No team has really gotten knocked down yet. But we might see that in this GP. GP3 tends to be a very, very nerve-wracking GP, and that tends to separate the men from the boys. We do see KC coming in here. I believe that was a track pick for SY. Mo occupying some of the top spots to start here. We will see Shroomba attempt here, and he does actually make Shroomba. I think they're still top 2, Mo. We do see, he actually, I think he got water glitched there. I think that's the reason why Jack slowed down there. He possibly got water glitch and after taking the shroom cut there. Oh, and Sal actually has a bit of a controller fail there. He's still able to keep first though, luckily. And we do see a red coming in from Klein. It doesn't hit though. We do see Klein actually getting into second, so I think maybe he might have. Yeah, he did have triple reds, I think. So he got Jax on the second red there. So look, yeah, Sal's starting to break away here. It was unfortunate he did get that controller fail because he would have been even more broken away without that. Does back up Nana around the red shell. That could be a telling sign that they're second or SY. We do see Joss lose a bill there, but Act also shroomed up. So or either shroomed up or starred. I'm not entirely sure. But it looks to me like neither bagger has shock, just based on that little confrontation that they had there. We are still seeing a breakaway slightly from Sal here. One of the baggers just fell off from the looks of it, and one of the baggers are going forward. So I think one of them have shock here. We will see what will happen later on in the race. Oh, Sal actually hits a nanner there. I'm not sure if that was his. If it was, then not the best awareness there. But he does actually get a very good back spam on Jax there. Every time Jax has gotten up, he's gotten hit by something, which is uncharacteristic of him. That was also a very good back spam, though, in general. I do believe just based on the race events here, I do believe... Yeah, Mo have shock here. Act is chasing Joss right now. So it looks like this is going to be a good race for Mo. Top 2, it looks like. Oh, and actually Klein gets redded on the line. Not sure who got second, but I know Jax got third from the looks of it. Unfortunate there from Klein. I don't think he pulled the proper protection. Possibly a fib. I think maybe that's what he pulled there in that particular instance. So what could have been a top 2 for Mo was... probably just like a 1-4, depending on who got second. Yeah, we do see a 1-4 coming in from Mo. That is a, let's see. That's only yeah, it's a -2 race. -3 race for Mo, +3 for SY. Yeah, SY getting 2, 3, 5, 6. So SY, they got a decent race out of that. It looked to me like Mo was going to get a very good race out of that, but that red came in clutch for whoever threw it. But yeah, this is a very interesting match so far. Looks to me like SY are currently up about 6 now. So still relatively close. It's been close throughout. We do see DDR coming in from Moonblast. I do think that's a decent track for them. They got first, so they'll allow Sal to run here, but they're actually both picking DDR, which is very interesting. Yeah, it could allow Sal to run, and then it'll allow the bottom spots to get items. So basically, if you're SY here, starting in 2-3, you're gonna have to depend on 2-3 to make sand hop, to make wall glitch, etc., and just get Sal out of first. Yeah, obviously DDR comes in. That's the only track that got picked. So let's just see how this race plays out. In terms of track pick, this doesn't favor either team, but different play styles from either. Oh, we do see Sal coming in with the burnout there. Different strategies, though. I was gonna say different strategies for each team just based on the starting spots, but unfortunately for Mo, Sal did burn out there. We do see a red coming in there from Mura as well. But this could be good for Sal. He did pull a gold, and I was gonna say maybe he could pull a star here. Is Mura gonna schlag here? I don't know, because I think SY are also in 8th now. Yeah, that is Mike in 8th. Decent position here for Sal, though. He does have a golden in 7th. He's probably going to golden all the way up to probably 2nd here, or 3rd if Mura takes Ultra as well. So Shaw comes in early. I'm a little surprised there. Just based on what happened there, I believe that was an SY shock. I don't think they would have TS'd Sal in cut there. I'm not entirely sure what the motivation was for shock there. I think maybe there were a couple people in dodges, possibly from a drop POW, or just, yeah, something like that. But just based on the looks of it, Act is winning the bagging battle. Obviously, shock's not going to be in play yet. They're going to have to wait another about 10 seconds or so. Yeah, we do see Act taking the backwards ultra. So he does have a relatively comfortable lead in last here. So the stars are aligning for SY to get another shock here. We do see Taz and a Mega, though. And we do see... Let's see, what are the top spots, though? It looks like SY are 2-3-4. Shock comes in, though. That was an MO shock, because I do see Taz dodging up from the bat, or Klein dodging up in a Donkey Kong there. SY still occupying some of the top spots, though. I do believe they're 2-3. I'm not sure who's first, though. Klein coming up. Let's see what he has here. Looks to me like he might have triple shrooms. An unfortunate pull there from Sal. 2-3-4 coming in for SY at the very worst. I think Mo got first. I think that was Wolf getting first, but SY coming in with a 2-3-4. That's a good race for them. They're getting all these little winning races that are starting to accumulate. So, yeah, without that shock, SY probably would have gotten like 1-3-4, or not 1-3-4. They would have gotten about like 2-3-4-5. Because that shock didn't really affect first at all. Oh, they actually got first. Yeah, they got top 4 anyway. Yeah, I figured that was Mo in first, but top 4 for SY. They're starting to break away now. I think this might be a slight repeat of last match, where Mo holds their own and then SY is going to start to break away. So yeah, not good here for Mo. You're down about mid 30s now with 3 races left. Obviously still in this match, very much so. If Mo can get like a top 3 this next race, or a top 2-4, they're still very much in it, especially with 3 races left. If this were 2 races or 1 race, then I think that would be the time to press the panic button. But this is definitely not a time to panic. You're still only down 30 something with 3 races left. So as long as MO get the track pick here, I think they'll be okay. I think they'll probably scrape like a top 2-4 the next race, but I do think SY, my prediction here, I do think SY are going to end up still winning in the end by about 40 or so. I do think MO will get a good race here, and then SY will get another 2 good races. We do see Maple Treeway coming in, though. This definitely favors SY, especially considering the last time they played MT. They started off in top 3 and they just completely broke away. So we might see the same thing here, but we do see Mura actually drop though. And we also see Crow fall behind a little bit, but I still do think that SY are top 2 or 1-3 at the moment. So relatively mixed spots in terms of 5th through 8th. Still not sure who is up there exactly, but will he go for a bump off here of Crow? No, he doesn't shroom up there. I figured he could have gone for one there, but Taz was also close by, so it was kind of a risk. We do see Mike. Oh, that fib actually hits both Taz and Sal. So MO are bottom 3 now. Bottom 4. It looked like SY were like 1-3-4 before that, or 2-3-4. No, 1-3-4. But yeah, MO did get, both of them got fibbed there, so they're falling behind. Paying attention to the bagging battle, I could not see who was in a star there. I'm gonna see the bagger in 9th possibly. I still didn't get to catch a glimpse of him there, but yeah, Shock would definitely favor SY here, especially since they could probably just dodge top 3 in Cannon. Dodging top 4 might be a bit of a stretch because Mura is a little far behind right now. So if I were SY, I would definitely just go for top 3 at the moment. But yeah, MO need a Shock, and they need it right now. Like, it is absolutely urgent. And if MO have the Shock, they could oh, there's a Shock coming in for SY. Yep, that is confirmed. SY looks to me like they're gonna get probably top 4 here, unless MO can completely luck out with the blues and pull like 2 or 3. I don't think that's gonna happen, and a bomb comes in there. I think that's pretty much the nail in the coffin right there. That bomb is pretty much the sign that MO are not going to be able to catch up anymore. So yeah, we saw on 2 separate occasions Maple Treeway just completely destroyed MO. It was pretty much the dagger in the heart for MO on both occasions. MO was still only down about like 20 something or mid-teens the last match before MT they got top 3 out of that SY, and now we're seeing probably top 4 here. So looks like Maple Treeway is the kryptonite for MO here. And we will confirm the spots here though. It is another top 4 for SY, 2 in a row. It looks to me like MO are down and out now, unless they all run the next 2 races. Yeah, the SY are currently up about 60 or so, a rough estimation. So it looks to me like, yeah, a top 4 9, both races will still not win it for MO. So it'll be interesting to see what they do here. Are they gonna go all run second to last race, or are they gonna bag still and go for a top 4 and then all run? It's gonna be somewhat interesting to see. We do see Delfino coming in from MO. That's probably their best bet, honestly. And then possibly GV2 if they're top spots going into last race. So if MO can get a top 4-9 here and then get a GV2 track pick and get maybe top 5, that's the only way that they're going to win. But we do see Rainbow Road coming in from SY. That is another heart to the dagger for MO here. SY are also very, very proficient at running this track. This is, I would probably say, SY are top 3 in terms of running power in Rainbow Road. Not looking good here for MO. It's starting to look very bleak. And we do see Sal actually getting wheelie bumped off there. Yeah, especially in a track like this, you do not want to fall behind, because do we see a DC? Did we see a DC actually? Did someone DC? No, it's just position lagging. But yeah, you definitely don't want to fall behind in a track like this. It's really hard to catch up unless there's a shock. No real shortcut spots besides using a shroom cut before the cannon. There is a cut you can take, but it only saves about like 3/4 of a second. And also there's moon jump, there's moon jump right in the beginning of the lap, but that's pretty much it. We do see MO bottom 2 at the very least. I'm not sure who's 6-5, but they probably are occupying a lot of the bottom spots. MO. We did see someone fall off there. I'm not entirely sure who it was. Blue comes in. We do see Klein in 5th actually, so it looked to me like MO are probably bottom 4, or at the very, very best case 5, 6, 7. Shock comes in. Yeah, that was a much needed shock for MO. Just shock lap 2 and then risk another shock. That's the only thing they can do in this scenario. But we do see Sal with a golden in 4th. This is looking decent for them, but I do still think that SY are first, so they're gonna have to depend on a blue or potentially another shock. Is this red gonna hit? I don't think so. No, it won't. A blue comes in. No, it doesn't hit Klein. It looked to me like it did hit Klein as well, but MO currently occupying top 2. They need to get Mike out of 3rd though, because MO need a top 4 here if they want a chance to stay in this. We do see Mike taking that shroom cut I mentioned earlier, but he does run into the trailing red of Sal there. No shock comes in. It looks like SY have the shock. Actually, no, not SY. One of the baggers are running away. Does this mean that MO are top 4? If MO has top 4 right now, I'm gonna lose my shit. Actually, a shock comes in there. That could have been an MO shock. I'm not entirely sure. Who's gonna get 3rd here? Who's gonna get 3rd? Oh, I didn't see it. I did not see it there. If MO get a top 4 here, I'm gonna go bananas. This is gonna be crazy if they do get top 4 here. Obviously, still one race left though. Even if they do get top 4, they're still gonna have to get a top 5 in GV2. So even if they get a top 4 here though, they still have a lot of work to do. Ooh, that's not enough. Top 2, 4, 5. Plus 6, 41, 42. That's a plus 22 race. You know what? I don't think that's enough, even if they all run. Obviously getting a top 5 in all run is plus 41. So I don't know the exact score right now, but if they're down, oh, that's the end of the GP. I'm actually retarded. I thought there were 2 races left. I apologize. But yeah, SY, comfortable win there for SY. We did see pretty much the same thing that we saw last time out, where they were trading punch for punch, and then SY just broke away pretty much GP3. Very good work for SY. So it is confirmed SY are moving on to the final. And then Moonblast are going to end up playing in the losers bracket semifinal. Reminder though, there is no joining together of the winners or losers bracket. It's just going to be a winner of the winners and a winner of the losers. So, yeah, that match had a lot more on the line, especially considering that. But yeah, SY have moved on to the finals, and yeah, Moonblaster out of the main tournament. Now they're pretty much going to have to fight for the Dixie Cup. Um, yeah, apologies for the little mishap there. For some reason, I thought that was the second to last race. But other than that, thank you guys so much for tuning in. Sorry for me being the only caster here. It was just we didn't have too much other availability. But yeah, thanks for bearing with me with like a couple mishaps I made, like that one. But we're probably going to be streaming the final of the EL Cup, possibly another semifinal. Like maximum likelihood versus another team, especially because they have a really bad time zone, so they're probably going to reschedule with whoever's playing against them. But not entirely sure about the semifinals, but we will be casting the finals of winners bracket and I believe losers bracket as well. So yeah, stay tuned. There's going to be some announcements on the EL chat if we do have some casts. So thank you for coming along, guys.